walls looking rough? Need help with that last minute project? If that's the case, it's time to get level. Pulley's Perfect Finish is here to lift your project.
Okay. Uh-oh. Day number 5, and it has not gone anywhere. Oh. Turn some lights on. Okay. Today, we're going to sand this wall down, and we're going to put a coat of primer on it. That's the phase we're at now, all over this one patch in the middle of the wall. When you got a hallway like this, with a window, with lights, and it's long as it is here, it's hard to hide things. So we got to go the extra mile, like I said. Let's go get the sanding machine. Boom, there we are. This is our Merca sanding machine. I'm not advertising for them. I don't suggest this or anything. It's just what we use. It's a HEPA filter and no dust. Watch and see how it works. Okay, here we are with our sanding wand, not massage wand, sanding wand. This is hooked up to a hose to prevent any dust. Suck it right through the screen in there. We're going to use 240 sandpaper. And we're going to sand these walls, and we want to sand them lightly because we don't want to sand all the mud off of them or heat up the paint behind it with too much friction because it'll start to bubble the paint. That means we're on, people. And always, when you use one of these, before you turn it on, put it to the wall and make sure there's no trash on it, which will scratch your walls all up the heck and back. Because if you turn it on and it's spinning, like, and put it to the wall, then it's going to scar your wall. So let's get down with this. Also, we're going to leave the tape up so not to scar the trim. It does have a rim on it that somewhat protects the trim, but it still make black marks and stuff. So you don't want to mess with that. All right. Feels pretty slick. Now we're going to put a coat of primer on this. We're going to put a coat of primer on this, and then we're going to recheck the walls out again. That's how we do this, again. And by that time, we ought to have this bad boy right. We're going to hit the patch just a little bit more. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now that's what we want. Now that we're finished with the wand, we're going to come with the hand sander. We're gonna turn this bad boy off before we set it down. Go out here to the garage real quick. Okay. On the hand sander, we're gonna go with 400. It's a little lighter because this will get down on it. If you, and 400 will take out a lot more than what you think. And we're on really slick walls. Same process, make sure it's on the wall before you turn it on. You can even use this as a vacuum cleaner. Get the dust off. Okay, there you have it. The wall is sanded. So I'm gonna get this place cleaned up a little bit before I start painting, because that's number one thing. You do not want to paint in a dirty place. We're trying to make things clean. The cleaner it is, the better off you're gonna be when you're painting. Okay, let's get this thing cleaned up. Okay, what we're gonna do with this strainer, we're gonna put it in the 5-gallon bucket. We're gonna make sure it's clean. That's dry paint that is not gonna come out of there, so this bucket is clean. We're gonna wrap it around the bucket like so. We're gonna open our 5, so you get you down here with me. All right. Man, when we make it big time, we're gonna get some bad to the bone recording equipment. For now, you're just gonna have to bear with me. And there we go. Okay, and we're just gonna pour that right into the screen in the 5-gallon bucket. And there you have it. We'll take our screen off. Oh yeah. What's that remind you of? Watch yourself now, watch yourself. All right. Okay, I like to lean my bucket over into it. That way I'm not going outside the bucket with it and it doesn't get everywhere. Poof. Okay. Now, we have a phone call. Oh, that was a wife. She needs some money, so I better hurry up and paint these walls. Yeah. So, what we have here is a 9-inch, half-inch roller, 100% lambskin. So, generally when you got 100% lambskin, we're gonna have to wet the roller down, pre-wet it, and just pour some water over it, get it kind of saturated and roll it out on the wall or somewhere that doesn't have a lot of trash on it. Let's go. I don't think y'all got to see the living room. Oh, there's the living room. Okay. Let's go on out here and get down with the get down. There we go, we got that wet enough. And this side seems good enough, and we'll just fling all the water off of it. And that'll help your paint work in and everything else. And the PVA is a drywall primer and a raw mud, and what it does, it gets the wall and the sheetrock and everything to one consistency, one consistent surface. That way when you do paint over it, you're not painting over a coarse and a slick and then a not so slick surface, and then your paint wants to have all different kinds of sheens to it. This will help with that. And of course, I'll start by just getting some paint on the outside of my roller, and I'm gonna go get a 2 to 4 rolling stick, 2 to 4 foot rolling stick, and I will be right back. Okay, now we're gonna roll the wall. And when we roll the wall, we're gonna lay it all down. Doesn't matter how we roll it on, but you gotta keep a wet edge. We're on dry sheetrock, dry mud, and it's gonna soak it up real bad. So you're gonna have to come on with it and keep a wet edge and come back into it and lay it out, lay down. I'm fixing to show you how that happens. Some people like to use a screen in their bucket. I've been doing this so long, it's just not really the case. All right, we're gonna get it on there. Again, it's not gonna matter how we're gonna get it on there. When you first start, it's not gonna wanna go very far. So, but you're gonna have to hustle it on up if you're on this dry mud, because it's going to want to soak it up and it's going to leave big lap lines in you. So as quick as you can, we're going to want to go down with it, down. And get them lines out of it and everything else, just one solid pattern, because this is a slick wall. This is what's going to be on this wall. You're going to see it as clear as day. That's why we spent so much time on that drywall patch. Down first and up. Sometimes I accidentally go up, it just depends. But generally, when you're rolling, you want to kind of go down with it first and don't press real hard. You don't want to try to get every living inch of the paint. Then we're going to lay it out of this roller. We're going to do what I call, I'm going to take what it gives me. No more, no less. Whatever that roller gives me, however much paint it wants to give me, that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to try to squeeze no more out of it or anything. We're not painting a brick wall outside. And I do have this tape. When we go to paint it with the eggshell paint, I'm not going to have tape. I'm going to have to hand cut it in. But we're just priming it. So this is going to be good for me right now. And bam. Oh yeah. We're looking really good, really good. Remember, come back into it, lay it out. Doesn't matter how you get it on there. Get it on there as even as possible and then lay it out. And another thing you want to do is that when you're laying it out, let me show you here. All right. Let's get our paint on there as far as it'll go. Sometimes turn it over to kind of even up the roller so the roller will keep it even and if you're not rolling it all on one side the whole time. And okay, now I'm gonna lay it out. And I'm gonna kind of lean the roller just so edge lightly, like this. When it's on the wall, I'm gonna lean it just a little bit, and that way it doesn't put a whole lot of pressure on that edge I'm trying to take out. And if you got a good roller, you don't necessarily, it's not gonna be an issue. And then sometimes, now that I'm thinking about it, you're painting things, it's like, man, this just doesn't come out right. This not, no matter what I do, it's not coming out right. It could be your equipment, you know, because it does make a difference if you're using good, nice rollers. You're just using a cheap roller you got from Walmart or something like that. Not that you can't use those things, and I do perfectly fine. But if you want the best job you can get, at least on the wall, 100% land scan on a slick wall is the way to go. Now, opinions may vary, again, but that's okay. This is the way we're gonna do this. There's a rule that I learned when I was a kid, younger when I was painting, and it was that two journeymen will always argue just about almost 100% of the time. And why is that? It's because they both know what they're doing, but they both have their own way of getting to the same spot. And so they'll argue, and there's no need in arguing, because even though they both do things just a little bit different, they're both going to achieve the same look or the same goal. And we're doing it now, baby. Yeah. I'm not gonna have to wear that mask now. I'm gonna make enough money to bring home to mama. Mama's got physical therapy tomorrow. Gonna have to have that co-payment. Gonna have to go by the bank for that co-pay. It's the only way. I told her, hold on, let me make this money, and I'll get right with you. So, that's what we're doing right now. We're making this money right now. And if you're at home doing this for yourself, no matter if it's your giant house, little house, or anything, you're saving yourself some money. You go spend it on something else, a snow cone, ice cream, maybe go to the fair, the movies. You know, over small things that you know that you could do yourself. I hope we all make it big one day, and I hope all y'all do too, if you haven't already. This is the only way I know how. Is just put your head down, get to work, and keep on going. Keep on going, baby. I'll be coming out with a song here in about a week or so. I'm not sure what to call it. I think I'm gonna call it I Had These Dreams. So look at it on, I'll put it in the description, and you can look at it on my channel, and I'll give a little preview, just a little raw preview, not recorded real good or nothing. We'll see what you think about it. Yeah. Get down. And I will go 4 videos before this one that shows us how we got up to this point. will all be in the description. And then when I get to the end and I have to get this whole situated painted, and me and you complete this project here, I will go back and I'll put out videos on all the equipment that I used and the paint and everything else. And if you choose to use that stuff, you'll have that in your bag. Oh yeah, this is looking good. It's looking good, people. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Bam. Bam. Okay. We're almost there. I really appreciate y'all watching. And tomorrow, we're doing all this in real time. This is how long it's actually taking. You're not getting really too much of an edited version. But if you do hire a painter and you leave and you wonder what he's doing the whole time, this is what's happening. Then if he ain't doing it the way you like it, and you know better because you've been listening to me, you just grab that stick and say, listen here, let me show you how to do this. Now put me on the payroll. Yeah, get some of your money back. Tell them I'm part of the crew now. They're gonna save me about 10 bucks. All right, and again, if you notice, I'm laying everything out down. Now, you know, you can paint up and down and everything else, that's fine, but on this particular instance, we're doing a slick wall. And we need it all to be as tight as possible. And which I didn't tell you earlier, there's no need to thin your PVA. It is the consistency that it needs to be. And I don't ever thin paint until I use some of it first to begin with. Because it comes, you get the same paint twice and it'll have two different consistencies. All right, we're just about there. Down. Yeah, and that's the way we do it. And if you're texturing the wall, it's the same thing. You want the pattern all to go one way. And we don't want no little trash. Seems I'm getting further and further. Can you see me over there? What's up? All right, well, you'll just have to take my word for it. It looks really good down here. Excuse me, it's sinus season. I went to the doctor and man, you know, my sinuses are kind of congested and my I got a little slight headache or whatever. They tested me, you know, I don't have the the plague or nothing like that. He said, you just got some sinuses. So he gives me a steroid pack. You gotta take 6 of these pills in one day. 6 pills. Okay. You gotta eat with it. I ate with it. Man, the next day I said, no, I'm not taking no more of this. It made me queasy and made me feel bad. Had my blood pressure like 159 over 90 something. I was like, nah, I'll just get over being a little congested. That's good for me. And plus I take a lot of hard medication, so. All right, I think we've done a job. Until tomorrow, remember it's always a good day to rock and roll, baby. Thanks for being with me. Leave any of your comments and any of your ideas or anything that you have that you think that I could be doing different, leave it there in the comments and I will respond. You can email me at cproductions@gmail.com, and I work during the day, but I will eventually look through my emails and I will get with you. And until tomorrow, rock and roll, baby.
And with that first coat of paint, our patch officially disappears. The hard part is done, folks. Next time on Pulley's Perfect Finish is the final coat, and we get to put this hallway back together. Don't miss the reveal. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you then.